Whoa. This is creepy.
Calm.
What is it, Mizuki?
Nothing new. Just further confirmation of my suspicions.
Turn that frown upside down.
He set up an ambush?
Seems like we're not welcome here. Suffer the wrath of Eastly!
Miss Yume Mizuki, you found me at last. And I...
Mizuki was right after all.
Please, do not call me by that name anymore. The old me was plagued by negative emotions, but I have parted ways with them now. That period of my life is consigned to the past, and the name along with it.
You have to listen to me. There is no way to get rid of all your negative emotions. This life you're living now is a lie.
Your perspective is most amusing.
What's so funny? Don't you know you're harming people?
Harming people? That's what you believe? Very well.
What is up with him? He's being...
As you can see, Miss Yume Mizuki, all my psychological problems have been... I must thank you for your attempts to diagnose my condition. But I see now that the truth is far simpler than you were... All my misery was merely a consequence of human frailty. I lived in fear and anger. Fear that I was not worthy of other people's attention. I became a slave to my emotions. They turned me into a wretched and loathsome creature, hostile to everyone. But things are different now. No longer will I be afraid. Never again will I be stirred to anger. No, I am filled now with only one emotion.
What I'm hearing is that you've developed your own unique understanding of psychological issues.
I would be delighted.
The first is a soldier with poor control of his temper. He flies off the handle too easily, and it gets him into all sorts of trouble. This is having a
He simply needs to let go of his anger. Then he will surely find peace and happiness.
The second is a fisherman who's developed thalassophobia. Now he is unable to provide for his family.
Oh, of course. He must cast his fear far away and forget it.
I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
Oh?
The soldier's anger is rooted in his strongly held principles. Yes, his rage can make him reckless. Losing his anger made him passive and apathetic. He now stands. The fisherman's fear made him one of the most reliable sailors around, thanks to his cautiousness and diligence. But after forgetting his fear, he destroyed the fruits of the entire crew's labor on his first return to the sea. Fascinating, isn't it? Anger gives people the courage to stand up for what they believe in, and fear nurtures... Emotions are integral to human dreams, and after many years of dealing with their dreams, the Yumekoi Baku have learned an important secret about negative emotions do not just go away. Not only that, but their presence is essential. You can't. So, do you have any idea what?
What an amusing theory. In fact, I do remember those two. How can you believe that negative emotions are required for a healthy psyche? It's a laughable theory. Don't you remember how I was when we first met?
Acknowledging that negative emotions exist doesn't mean giving them free rein over our minds and lives. But if that balance gets disrupted, emotions start working. The person you were when you first came to my practice. You were dominated by your emotions. Under their influence, you deliberately inflicted pain. This diagnosis is going to sound harsh, but I'm afraid you've simply gone from one extreme to another. You say you've reached perfection, but you're just as dysfunctional.
I will forgive you for this offense, because I know my present perfection to be. You once told me that nightmares are the result of a buildup of negative emotions. Clearly, that proves that all of my negative emotions have been definitively eradicated.
I'm afraid not. Look where we...
What?
I knew something was up the moment we...
The enemies that we encountered were manifestations of his negative emotions.
No, that can't be.
That entity claimed it could remove your negative emotions. But all it did was separate them and store them deep in your subconscious. Your situation is far worse than that of the other victims. It has deceived you at a much deeper level. You can't even perceive that at this very moment, you're in the middle of a nightmare.
How laughable. Fear? No. There is no fear left in me.
Something's appeared behind him.
So, my arch-nemesis has seen through my trickery. Clearly, you came prepared. The emotional cocoon I'd wrapped him in was all but impenetrable.
So it is you.
What is this?
A nightmare monster. A fearsome yokai that was once the bane of Inazuma. We Yumekui Baku eat the nightmares of humans, while they called those nightmares their home. So we were natural enemies. When I heard the traveler recount that strange dream, I knew that this was a possibility. But it's still a shock to see one of our long-lost arch-enemies in the flesh. They were supposed to have gone
Then allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kurayume, and I am the last of my kind.
Kurayume. That's a name I haven't heard in a long...
Likewise, Yume Mizuki is a name that takes me back to a different age. Although I must say, we may be born enemies. Ultimately, the fall of the nightmare monsters was the fault of our hosts. Humans are so... But now, I have found a way to revive my kind.
Oh no! We've got to catch up to him! Rev the engines!
What's happening? Hymon's feeling dizzy all of a sudden.
That's the feeling of rejection. It's so strong.
Quick! After him!
There he is! Right there! Whoa! What happened to all the paths?
He's repressing his emotions even harder.
Full throttle! Time to relax. the sun! Try and stop me! Burn it down! Rev the engines!
There! He's got nowhere left to run! Whoa! What's happening to the ground?
Watch out!
I used my powers to cushion our...
Don't worry, we've fallen from bigger heights.
We've been completely cut off. That creature is...
Would it be easier if we wake up now and go catch him in the real world?
Remember the fragrance we smelled on our way in? That's how the monster lures people into the dream state. He's turned Emarachuya's nightmare into his lair.
Eat this nightmare?
Not only is it possible, Paimon.
Oh, Paimon knows that. It's just... We all saw what happened to Murasaki and...
This monster has harmed too many people. We have to stop it. It's okay. I knew what I was getting into. We may not have caught him, but our chase wasn't in vain. He led us deep inside his dream. We should now be at the subconscious layer that...
It's so...
That's what happens if you leave your negative emotions to... There must be a lot of emotional fragments in this place.
Wait, but...
Where the light is.
If I say it's your fault, it's your fault. You shouldn't go running around with that stupid...
Ugh. The atmosphere...
Be careful. Every time we draw near to one of these fragments...
You, a rider? Get rid of this trash.
Or...
We shouldn't stay here.
I won! That guy? He never joins in with anything. Let's keep playing.
Wow.
Nope. Not here either.
Look!
Rev the engines!
What is this?
It's his sorrow. Human emotions exist in a delicate balance. By isolating these negative if we want to restore...
Oh, so that's...
Well done, Paimon.
Aw.
I need to find a way to separate the negative emotions out. Sorrow might just do the job. As long as it's kept in check.
Let it out, Chuya. Let the tears flow.
This process will untangle his unbridled fear and anger, his unresolved resentment, and his unshakable despair. These excess emotions will be separated out from the rest. They are the source of this nightmare.
Mizuki!
A good cry can work wonders. Even though he seems beyond help.
Are you ready to come out now, Chuya? I'll be waiting for you right here, son.
All right.
Amazing!
I thought I had found the perfect host, but you found the one.
Ah! He's back again!
Freeing a single host from my clutches changes.
Try and stop me!
What is this place? Borderland?
To put it simply, it's a dream within a dream. This must be how that monster managed to survive.
Mizuki, that eye.
He's trying to turn this place into a nightmare so he'll be more at home. And this place is connected to the dreams of every human in the nation. If he succeeds, then he'll have effectively
Then we know what we need to do. We gotta take this guy down.
Maybe, if we can get close enough to reach his core. But dealing with this many in one go is going to take a different approach. We need a power.
Sweet dreams?
Lost minds. There should be some around here, and some of them will have come from sweet dreams originally. Careful. We've got to move quietly. The nightmare monster has usurped control here. We need to stay out of his sight.
Light it up! Rev the engines!
Cast your worries to the wind! Show no mercy! Sweet dreams! Chasing Tanuki through the woods and climbing. Thank you for lending. Turn that frown upside down.
Rev the engines!
Watching fireworks fly up into the... Thank you for sharing. All right, we've gathered enough power to proceed. Time to... The core should be just up ahead.
Why? Are these...
I just wish we could have gathered, which means we're running out of time.
No problem.
Rise with the sun!
Sweet dreams!
Burn it down!
The alacrity with which you walk into my trap surprises me. Do you realize why I brought you here? Because this is my domain, the world where I rule.
Now! Use the power of the good dreams!
I think you will find it to be quite ineffective against the power of my nightmares. I must...
Because the happiness you provide is a lie. All the while, these repressed... Your kind has always thrived by magnifying your...
Incorrect. This... When a human becomes dumb, but I can give them a... This is the path to...
You do realize what that means, don't you?
Oh, I'm perfectly aware. There is... But I'm afraid I could not care less for the moral burden. Now here's a question well worth thinking about. Do you see now? I won this battle long before you ever set foot inside this tree.
What's going on?
He's growing stronger, but we've exhausted the power of the sweet dream. Even if we could find more sweet dreams now, it still wouldn't be enough.
If you accept that negative emotions are an immutable presence in the human mind, without the Yumeki Baku there to hold their hand and walk them through dream well, they would sooner run from reality.
The whole reason I wanted to... Traveler. These feelings. So that's how they should taste. Longing, caused by separation. So bitter, and yet the experience led to a whole new journey for you. Despair, caused by failure. Icy cold, and yet in conquering this despair, you gained the courage to face the lightning. Regret, caused by missed opportunity. A harsh aftertaste. And yet it's only through that loss that we can learn to appreciate everything we have. And after all these flavors comes sweetness, passion, and refreshed hope. So that's why I was able to taste a sweet dream at our first meeting, long before you ever met me. You'd already gained the courage to never avoid or run away from your feelings. And all your nightmares had become the fuel for sweeter dreams. The power that you have gained by processing everything from your long journey is surely far stronger than any power wielded by that creature. The whole reason I wanted to become a psychologist was to try and help people become someone like you.
It's you!
Your dream is so powerful!
Traveler, give him all you've got!
Thunderclap! Take this! Bellowing thunder!
Impossible! With just...
Once the false dream he created has been destroyed, I don't think I ever would have been able to do this with...
Don't mention it!
You shall join my ancestors in death! You and my failure of a host!
What? He's still not dead? Wait, does anyone have...
Maybe he made his host build some kind of device in the underwater cave. Once he realized we were onto him.
So you mean we're in danger?
We've got to wake up.
But how? Like...
This should be high enough.
Huh?
If you're afraid, then just take my hand and close your eyes. Yes, just like the last time. Hold on tight. The Yomeku Ibaku are getting to work. It's finally over. It's a good thing I had the foresight to ask. Traveler, could I pick your brain with another question? What do you think humans tend to have more of? Happy dreams or bad ones? If only that were true. Most people struggle to deal with their negative emotions. They bottle them. As a result, humans have far more bad dreams than good ones. And most happy dreams are short and fleeting. Heck, there are even people out there who only have the mind space to have happy dreams after they've given us their bad ones. Which is all to say that the dreams we get to taste are usually bad ones. No matter how hard we I once believed the only reason we Yumekoi Baku existed was to serve as a disposal method for nightmares. Even though I call myself a clinical psychologist, I also have dark thoughts. Still, after learning the principles of psychology, I came up with a new way to look at all of this. If we can use psychotherapy to help people come to terms that way, more and more people can free up their minds for truly happy dreams until there'll be enough to share around. A naive one, more like. Even though I've run this business for quite a long time now, it still hasn't come true. Not even once. So I must thank you, because after meeting you, and knowing that is all the treatment I need against the dark thoughts I sometimes have.
There you are! Paimon's been looking everywhere for you, too! Paimon was just watching the Baku eat the nightmares. They got really full and started rolling around on their tummies. It was so cute. Anyway, oh, and speaking of Baku, we were gonna book another appointment with you, weren't we? Remember? Before we got caught up in all those nightmare shenanigans?
It's a little late for that now.
Oh.
Still, the night is young. Want to stay here and watch the moon with me for a little longer?
Huh?